Hi there, welcome to day 5 Pilates, mobility and recovery. We're going to start with some walkouts. We're going to go ahead, do a forward fold, walk out, coming to a nice plank position. Hold that plank and then walk the hands back in towards the feet. Roll it up into a nice little circle and we'll go back out into that plank position. Good. Really activating the core here. Walking it up, go to circle in the opposite direction. Walk it back out. Come in, bring those hips nice and high, rolling up through that spine. Circle around. And let's go one more. Walk it out. Coming into plank. Hips high. Walk it back in and circle around. Good. We're going to come here into this nice forward fold. Walk it out. And drop down into a nice cat-cow stretch. Here in this cat-cow with a nice flat back, we're going to tuck that chin under, tuck those hips under. Inhale, I want you to come back into the flat back. Good. Exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the hips, really rounding up through that spine. Exhale, we lift everything towards the ceiling. Perfect. And round tuck, really getting that stretch through that thoracic back. Good. Round it up, stretch. Inhale, lift tailbone and head. Last one, exhale, round it up, stretch. Inhale, lift tailbone and head. Good, really get that stretch through that abdomen. Go into a nice bird dog, stretching those fingertips, pull it in. Exhale, stretch it out. Make sure you're engaging that core, keeping it pulled in towards the spine. Reaching your arms nice and long, reaching the leg nice and long through the hips. Good, and we're going to hold it here. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Good, maintaining that balance. And going to that other side. Awesome job. So we'll take the other arm, other leg, reach long, pull it into the midline. Exhale, reach. Inhale, pull it in. Exhale, reach, making sure that you're not going through that low back, but you're keeping it nice and flat. Reaching nice and long through those limbs. Good, and let's hold this one here, reaching nice and long. And pull it in. Awesome job. Let's go into some thoracic rotation. So we come back on our hands and knees in this quadruped position. We're going to take our left arm and we're going to thread the needle, and then I want you to extend it towards the ceiling. So we thread across the body and then open back up, opening that chest, bringing that hand towards the ceiling. Good, very good for our thoracic mobility, so across that upper to mid back. Good, make sure your nose follows your hand. I'm going to bring that arm back and bring it forward. Squeezing that armpit as we go back and reaching long as we go forward. Good. And we'll take it to the other side. Thread the needle. Exhale, open up, stretch towards the ceiling. Inhale, thread. Exhale, open up, reaching towards that ceiling. And our last one here. Good, I'm going to reach back, reach overhead. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, reach overhead. Good. We're going to take our left leg, bring it up to meet our left hand, and we're going to work on our hip mobility, stretching those hips out. Good. And again, that thoracic rotation, opening up the same side leg, arm up to the ceiling, and we're just going to hold it here for a beat. Good. Both hands coming to the floor. Drop that back knee down. And we're going to bring our spine up nice and tall, reaching to the ceiling, going through the hips. Good, leaning forward and then coming back. Reaching, send those hips forward and drop the hands, send the hips back. Good. Really good for opening up those hips, getting a nice stretch and helping to strengthen our hips. Good. We're going to rotate our spine, cross the front knee, hold it here. And both hands are going to go down, bringing the leg back, and let's go to the other side. Right leg up by the right hand. Go ahead and release same side hand, going towards the ceiling. Going to drop that hand. Good. And go into our hip opener on the side. Hands overhead. Reach through the hips. Pull it up. Reaching through. Pull it up. I also like this because you get a nice little stretch through your hip flexor down the front of that thigh as well. Good. And one more here. Bringing it back into center. Reaching across that front knee. Keeping your spine nice and tall, and we'll hold it here. Coming to a seated position here on the floor, we're going to go ahead and scissor out our legs. Okay, both knees going in the same direction, going into a nice mermaid stretch, which is going to get a stretch down the side of our body. So you reach overhead, good, left and right. And let's do one more here. Good. I'm going to switch, both knees going in the opposite direction. And the same thing, going to that mermaid stretch on this side, reaching overhead, left and right. Good. Let's go ahead, come onto our feet, go into a nice deep squat hold. Okay, I've just got my prayer hands. I have my elbows just pressed up against the inside of my knee. Okay, again, this is really working the hip mobility as well as getting in a nice stretch, opening up those hips. Just swiveling back and forth, getting deeper into that stretch. Maintain your balance. Good. Reach overhead. Hold it from side to side. And that's just increasing that mobility. If you're not able to hold your hands up overhead, go ahead and place them back on the inside of that knee, or you can hold on to something in front of you, or hands can be on the floor. Then come on up, nice forward fold, rounding up through that spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Good. I'm going to go into a nice hamstring sweep stretch. Just taking that heel down, toes towards the ceiling. I'm going to reach from my heel up to my toes, getting a nice stretch in the posterior chain of my lower body. So down the glutes and the hamstring and calf. Good, we're going to hold it here for a second, really deepening that stretch down the back side. Great. Let's go ahead, go to the other side, doing the same thing, heel down, toes towards the ceiling, and we are just reaching. Good, scooping up from the heel to the toe. We've got a nice flat back so that we really activate that lower body. Good, straightening out through that knee and just holding it here. And notice that I have my hands above my knee, not on my knee, not on the joint, so that we protect the joint. Good. I'm going into a nice forward fold here, just reaching towards those toes, letting the upper body hang, releasing my low back, and round it up. Good. Halfway, nice flat back, round it through that back, and taking it all the way up. Let's do it again. Round those arms, come into a forward fold. We're going to come halfway up the body, rounding up that spine. Good. Nice flat back. And then we'll round it up all the way. And this is just a nice little standing cat-cow stretch. Even though we already did it in a quadruped, it's nice to have this variation where we're getting that stretch again through our back and through our core. Good, round it all the way up. Bring those arms, circling them around. So let's go ahead, come on back down to our mat. And let's go into a spinal elongation. And there we are going to lay all the way flat on our back. Reach those arms overhead. Reach those legs nice and long out in front of us. And I want you to think about trying to reach the wall behind you with your fingertips. Reach the wall in front of you with your toes. And I'm just circling around my ankles and my wrists so that they get a nice little stretch as well. I love spinal elongation. It really decompresses that spine, just lengthens you out. Good. You can just interlock those fingertips and give an extra stretch. Make sure your shoulders stay there on the mat. They don't need to lift. And make sure you're not straining through your neck. Everything is nice and relaxed here on the mat. We're going to go ahead and bring in that left knee. Pull it in towards the chest. Good, and really lengthen out through the opposite leg. And again, just giving a little rotation through that ankle here. I'm going to bring it across body. Go ahead and extend out the same side arm. And let's hold it here, really getting that nice stretch. Again, through the side of your body and also through your glutes and hamstrings. If you're tight, I want you to take big inhales, big exhales, sending the breath to where the tightness is. And let's go ahead, bring those hips back towards the ceiling. Go ahead and cross that same leg, ankle over the opposite knee, the left ankle over the right knee. And I'm going to give a little push away. And again, that's getting that hip flexor just stretched out. And that's the muscle that comes down the front of the thigh. Good, hands down by the sides. We're going to do a nice little single leg glute bridge here. And this is more just getting that stretch down the front of the thigh again. And just pressing that right foot into the floor, lifting up those hips. Good, and I'm holding it here, and just a little swivel side to side. You can use that ankle cross over that knee just to give a little push down. Let's go ahead to the other side, drawing that right knee into the chest, giving a little rotation with the ankle, and actively extending out that opposite leg. Good, and we can take it across body, reaching with the same side hand, and again actively giving a little pressure with my hand down on that knee. Good, going into that figure four, ankle over the knee, a gentle press away from the body. And then let's go into that single leg glute bridge. Good, pressing left foot into the mat, making sure you're going through the entire foot, not just the heel or the toes. We'll come up and hold it here for a beat. Good, and let's go side to side. Again, taking that ankle that's over the knee, give it just a little pressure as you go across the body. Great. Now let's come in with a flip this over, going into a nice plank. And we're going to drop into a Cobra stretch. So dropping those hips to the floor, lifting up the chest, lifting up chin. Good. We're going to send it back to child's pose, sending those hips to the heels. Rolling up through the spine, same thing, going from plank, dropping the hips down, lifting the chest, Cobra. Sending the hips back to the heels, child's pose. And roll it forward. One more time, we're going to go plank. Drop it down, going into Cobra. And make sure you're going through the navel, good, dropping it back into child's pose. Good, rounding through that spine, bring it forward, plank. Going into your Cobra. Again, pulling up through the navel and going into pose. We're going to hold it here. Walk those hands as far right as you can, get that nice stretch down the side of the body. Releasing that right hand across to the opposite hip, and that's just deepening that stretch. For resetting, walk the hands as far left as you can. Release that right hand. Bring it to the opposite side of the hip. Good, and bringing it back towards the center. Let's round up through that spine. Awesome job. That is our 20-minute Pilates stretch and recovery. I hope you feel a little looser, and until next time, peace.